Welcome back. In the age of social media, it's common to hear about challenges online that many people are involved in to prove something.
And now there's a new one, and it's raising concerns. As ABC 7's Jacqueline Matter shows us, some school districts are now warning parents about what's called the Blue Whale Challenge.
Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
It's a problem many parents are being warned about as the so-called Blue Whale Challenge makes its way across the United States. And it's a game your teen might be playing.
It's a 50-day challenge, and students are given different tasks to do, with the last task encouraging them to kill themselves, commit suicide.
That online virtual game asks participants to complete a wide range of tasks, ranging from watching a horror movie to carving a whale into their forearm, and even urging players to jump off a bridge. To win the challenge, suicide is the final task. One Sarasota parent says she's had a recent run-in with a similar but less deadly game her son was playing.
I noticed he was in multiplayer mode and he was playing with somebody we don't know. And so I stopped him. I said, we cannot have this app because it's playing with people we don't know. So I think even little things that seem innocent, we have to keep track of them.
Kathy Haugen, coordinator of student services in Manatee County, says the game hasn't made its way into Manatee County schools, but it is rumored to have been introduced to 2 schools in Alabama, prompting educators to warn parents about their child's social media use.
You should know their password. You should check, what type of sites they visited in their search histories. You should be able to monitor all kinds of things on their text messages.
It's unclear who was behind that challenge, but there was an app available in the Apple Store and Google Play Store, and social media platforms are now taking notice.
If you try to look up the Blue Whale Challenge on Instagram, this is the notification you'll see, asking how they can help and prompting you to a suicide hotline. But you can still find a wide range of posts on Twitter about the deadly game, with plenty of photos to accompany it. But Haugen says there are symptoms you should keep an eye out for.
Changes in activities, eating patterns, sleeping patterns, people they hang out with, if they change friends, or if they become increasingly socially isolated.
This new app isn't the only thing encouraging your child to take their life. Haugen says recent shows like 13 Reasons Why are adding to the glorification and increase of suicide she's seen over the past decade.
Suicide is the number 2 cause of death in students aged 10 to 24. But that said, it's also the number 1 preventable cause of death.
Preventable with a simple conversation, something both Haugen and Priestley say can make all the difference.
As we're seeing, it could be a matter of life and death.
Please let someone know. Don't just let it go.
In Bradenton, Jacqueline Matter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Online reports claim that several participants in foreign countries have committed suicide due to the Blue Whale Challenge, yet no verified reports have been linked to the United States. A follow-up now on an accident in Sarasota that sent 2 teenagers to the hospital. Sarasota police say it happened on Siesta Drive last Saturday night, but investigators have not yet released the names of the victims or the driver. Police say a vehicle stopped alongside the road and let 2 teenagers out. The 15 and 16-year-olds were then crossing Siesta Drive when they were hit by a vehicle. One teen was flown to All Children's Hospital. The other was taken to Sarasota Memorial Hospital for treatment. Investigators are interviewing the driver, but so far no charges have been filed.
The Sarasota Police Department is sharing surveillance video on its social media sites in hopes of capturing a thief. Police say around 6:30 Monday night, someone walked into a fenced-in yard on 7th Street and stole a bicycle. It's a Cannondale M700 mountain bike. You see here. If you have any information on this theft, you are asked to call Sarasota Police.
Safe Boating Week begins this Saturday in Florida, where there are more boaters than any other state in the union. Florida has nearly 1 million registered boats with year-round boating, of course. Plenty of them will be on the water during the Memorial Day weekend. That's why Florida Fish and Wildlife officers are promoting boating safety. 67 people died in Florida waters last year, with more than 700 boating accidents. FWC officers say boaters should wear life jackets, designate a sober boat operator, pay attention while you're operating a boat, keep an emergency locator beacon on board, and file a float plan before you head out on the water. Let people know where you're going to be in case something happens.
Right, it's important.
Yeah.
And many people probably hitting the water soon to cool off. Let's head over to Bob and talk about these possible record temperatures.
Yeah, you can take also an online class at the Coast Guard too there. You can take an online course and get a little certificate saying that you are now at least taking a class and passed on that boating test. Yeah, it's hot out there. Temperature is 97 degrees today. That was the high at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. There are a few showers around. They're moving off to the west-northwest right now, basically down into South Sarasota County and into western Charlotte County. That's where we've seen the showers popping up. But I suspect to see more developing right along this sea breeze front that you see right here, set up just east of I-75. This one in particular near 776 is moving off to the west right now, so Inglewood, it may hold together and bring you some rainfall. And along I-75 near North River Boulevard, there you're seeing some rainfall. And then here is a fire. It appears to be a fire right here, the smoke plume associated with that, and then the showers coming in right thereafter. I think we're going to see more as far as rain goes over the upcoming days. We'll talk a little bit more about that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. A residential community for adults with developmental disabilities in Venice is now celebrating a very successful first year.
Today, Sarasota County Commissioner Nancy Dietert and newly elected State Representative Alex Miller toured the Loveland Center to see how it's progressing. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley is joining us live from Venice with what's new at the center. Christopher.
Good evening. Today's visit was a show of support as Loveland Center vies for some critical funding from the state of Florida. 1 year ago, these apartments were just being finished. A year later, they're now home to 64 adults with developmental disabilities.
I just love it. It feels like I Walt Disney World.
David Williams moved in a few months ago. He previously lived with his parents.
This place is much better. I feel like I'm a part of this one instead of living at home.
Williams and the other adults have their own apartments. Some share with roommates, others with caregivers. It is, however, all their own.
What's been really incredible is seeing that every single resident has grown in independence.
It's that sense of independence that drew Christian Shakespeare to move here just this month.
Everybody else lives here and I want to live here.
Shakespeare and Williams are now best friends. Both say they don't know what they'd do without Loveland. All residents pay some rent, usually only what they can afford. To help keep the program going, the state of Florida has allocated $486,000 in this year's budget.
It's absolutely crucial to help actually solidify the financial sustainability of the organization.
Similar funding was vetoed a few years back, but former state senator turned Sarasota County Commissioner Nancy Dietert feels confident a veto won't happen again.
Governor Scott has been to this campus and he loved Loveland too, so I'm sure we're going to be safe.
But just to be sure, newly elected State Representative Alex Miller was on hand Wednesday, vowing to fight for funding for Loveland's residents.
This right here is my world and I love it. This place is amazing.
Loveland will find out if they get that funding by the time Governor Scott approves the official state budget. If for some reason they don't get it, Loveland will continue relying on other sources of income, including private philanthropy. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Christopher, thank you. The final days for the greatest show on earth are now here.
The Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus will hang up its hat for the last time this weekend. The circus has been performing in front of huge crowds during the last run in Providence, Rhode Island. The circus has been a staple of entertainment in the U.S. since the mid-1800s. But years of protests by animal rights groups have taken their toll on the circus in recent years, along with declining attendance and changing public tastes. Now, performers are being forced to look for other work. Some hope to continue a career in Europe, while others are looking to perform elsewhere.
As a clown, you know, you can be really sad and sensitive. You have to always give full of your energy, your happiness to the floor. And sometimes it's been really difficult because the audience is asking us, like, how you feeling, how you guys feeling, what you gonna do? And that's the moment when it keeps hitting you. It's like, gosh, actually we are closing.
It's sad that it ends and it's all the wonderful people that make up the greatest show on earth. But on the other side of it, you know, we have to be very happy that for 146 years we could bring the kind of joy to hundreds of millions of people that we have.
The final show will be this Sunday in Uniondale, New York. Feld Entertainment will be streaming that performance live on Facebook and on the circus's website.
A member of one of the most well-known circus families will soon perform another death-defying act. Nick Walenda's wife, Arendira Vasquez Walenda, plans to dangle by her teeth from a helicopter as it flies over Niagara Falls. The Niagara County Legislature recently approved a resolution that set aside $35,000 for the act. It's planned now for June 15th, which is the 5th anniversary of Nick Walenda's televised tightrope walk from the New York side of the falls into Canada. One we'll never forget. And this sounds incredible too. By her teeth.
No kidding. Yeah, it always is. I mean, it makes me nervous, but yeah, should be a good one.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, racking up Sky Miles without flying. The new way you can get discounts on Delta flights.
Plus, more shopping options on the Suncoast, which new popular clothing line stores will be opening at the mall at UTC.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Every week on Animal Outtakes, it's a new adventure. From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in. Tune in to Animal Outtakes to find out what they have to say. Watch Animal Outtakes every week on ABC 7.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
one.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
With all the furniture choices you have, where do you shop? How about Bacon's Furniture and Bedding, now available in Sarasota? Treat yourself to a new Beauty Sleep Queen mattress set starting at only $399 and save up to $800 off an adjustable base with your mattress purchase. Find huge Memorial Day discounts of up to 70% off throughout our showroom with hundreds of items ready for immediate delivery. It's the Memorial Day sales event going on now at Bacon's Furniture and Bedding, available now in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Exercise, even if you're old and out of shape, it is crucial for your health.
But what kind of exercise is best? A new study may have that answer. ABC News senior medical contributor Dr. Timothy Johnson explains.
Obesity, a major threat to the health of the country, but perhaps even more so to older Americans. In fact, more than 1 in 3 Americans 65 and older is obese, and that additional weight can come with real health consequences. Now, in a new study, researchers found that the solution to the problem lies in exercise. And for those asking whether this means cardio training or weight-bearing resistance, the answer is both. A team led by Veterans Affairs researchers studied 160 obese older people, assigning them to different exercise programs. Some followed a cardio workout plan, some did resistance training, and some a combination of the two. What they found is that those who combined both exercises fared the best in terms of bone strength, lean muscle mass, and overall physical function. And while there were some potential risks of exercise, like joint pain and falls, the benefits were too important to ignore. The message to older Americans is clear. When it comes to exercise, even if you are obese, it's never too late to start. With this Medical Minute, I'm Dr. Timothy Johnson.
And now we'll head over to Bob and talk about this hot weather.
Yeah, there's Cortez Bridge. Yesterday was having problems from around 1:30 up until about 4:35, but it's moving smoothly now as a lot of folks enjoying the beach where it's a little bit cooler today. It's been warm inland, away from the water, up to 97 degrees at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. And that actually set a new record set back in 1943 when it was 95 degrees. You can see some rainfall on the east coast now, moving off to the northwest. Now, this east wind will continue to move in our direction. And we have a west coast sea breeze, which is right there along I-75, or at least a few miles inland. You follow that down, we're going to see showers and storms pop up there like we saw last night. It did bring us some beneficial rains in some areas, up to nearly an inch. These showers right now have been kind of persistent down there. They quickly form and they push off to the west, dissipate, and then another one starts to pop up again right there near Inglewood and to the east of Inglewood, I should say, near El Joe Bean Road and 776. Port Charlotte hasn't had much rainfall. It's kind of stuck in between there. Some showers now developing into Manatee County, too, right along Lakewood Ranch Boulevard and then northward up into between 64 and State Road 70. Not a lot, but just a few sprinkles there. They could get a little stronger as that east wind moves in later on this evening. So we'll see that happening, I think, right around 8 o'clock this evening, and it should be interesting to see. We had some pretty good showers yesterday. We could see some more this evening. 89 right now, the dew point 71, and the pressure 2997 inches, west and northwest winds at 12. There it is, the high today, 97 degrees. Hard to believe we're talking about that right now in mid-May. 95, the record set back in 1943. And as far as the rainfall deficit goes, it's nearing 9.5 inches right now. The forecast wind tonight, well, once that west coast breeze breaks down due to the easterly wind, we'll see that continue throughout the overnight and throughout most of the day tomorrow. We get a strong east wind. It doesn't allow that west coast sea breeze to penetrate too far inland. So record highs tomorrow, I think, will again be in order up and down west central Florida. There may be a little sea breeze that develops right near the coastline tomorrow afternoon, say around 5, 6 o'clock, but not much. And that's where any showers that pop up will start to develop right there. Highs tomorrow depicting anywhere from the low 90s to mid 90s with some sunshine around, depending upon how far that sea breeze moves in. Well, the big story is this area of low pressure right now moving through Iowa, where there are numerous tornado watches and warnings in effect now across most of the state as that system moves off to the northeast. These are the watches. You see the areas right there in red, and then we'll take those away and show you where the tornado warnings are actually in effect. This one here in particular heading off to near Davenport, just to the west. That's a tornado warning, and another one just to the west of that. And then we have to deal with snow into Salt Lake City and into Montana, Wyoming, as well as into Idaho. This storm system will bring snow into Colorado, already is doing so. Eventually brings a front our way and will change our winds up a little bit. On Monday, we'll start to see more of a southwesterly wind. That will favor inland storms pushing toward the east coast. But until then, we have a pretty good chance of seeing showers and storms in the afternoon. Not so much tomorrow, but more so on Friday as some of this moisture works its way in our general direction, kind of sets up right there across central Florida. And then with the sea breeze developing each and every afternoon, even Friday showing some pretty hefty showers around in the afternoon and evening on Friday. Similar conditions on Saturday. We start to change a little bit more inland on Sunday. And as far as the boating is concerned, pretty much what we saw today for tomorrow. 83 the water temperature, low tide upcoming 127. Sunset will be at 8:13 tonight. Partly cloudy, a few isolated storms, 71. That's a warm low. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny. Could see another record. Slight chance for late day showers and storms. The extended forecast does call for temperatures to be into the upper 80s after we get through Friday, right in through Tuesday, with a good chance for showers and storms Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Now the Suncoast Traffic Watch. Traffic is backed up on US 301 in Sarasota in the northbound lanes near Fruitville Road.
If you fly a lot, now you can earn some Delta Sky Miles without even getting on the plane. The airline is partnering with the rideshare company Lyft. So if you're a Delta Sky Miles member, for every $1 that you spend on a Lyft ride, you'll get 1 free mile in the air. And from now until August 31st, you can earn 3 miles for any Lyft taken to or from the airport. Delta already offers Sky Miles points when members use Airbnb. That program started last November.
These days, we mostly hear about bad retail news. Tonight, some good news for Suncoast shoppers. A new store will open this fall at the mall at University Town Center. Vineyard Vines and its signature Pink Whale plans to open its first Sarasota location. The store will have the brand's signature neckwear, clothes, accessories for men, women, and children. The store will be on the second floor near the Grand Court. Remember, they had that pop-up shop across from UTC in the old Sports Authority, I believe, for a while, and I think they were testing the market to see if people were interested.
Apparently they
so
were.
I guess they were. So now we have another shopping option.
Back. All right. Entertainment news is next.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPV.
Come on in, welcome to our pad. Trust me, folks, you're in for a ride. I'm driving, so relax. Unwind, leave your buckets all behind. Get ready to blow your mind. In Beatsville, don't be shy. Come and make the scene. Catch the crazy party inside. The hipsters here are gone and dig, man, they're on to something big. Yeah, they're gonna flip your wig in Beatsville. Catch the gig in Beatsville.
It appears former Bachelor star Chris Soules is ready to head to trial for an accident that left one man dead.
Soules entered a not guilty plea on charges of leaving the scene of an accident. He also is asking for a speedy trial and for a trial date to be set. Soules was charged in connection to an April 24th accident in Iowa that left a tractor driver, 66-year-old Kenneth Mosher, dead. His lawyers contend Soules did what he could do to help Mosher before he died. Soules starred in the 19th season of the popular reality show, The Bachelor.
The 2 oldest sons of actor Alan Thicke are taking his widow to court. Robin and Brennan Thicke say his widow, Tanya Kalau, is claiming a prenuptial agreement she signed more than a decade ago is invalid. Under terms of the agreement, Thicke's sons received ownership of the family's California ranch, 75% of his personal effects and 60% of his remaining estate, while Kalau received the rest of Thicke's personal effects and remaining estate, as well as a life insurance policy and death benefits.
Petitions are circulating to bring back Tim Allen's Last Man Standing. After ABC canceled the show last week, there were calls for a boycott. Some see the cancellation as punishment for Allen's conservative political views and his support for President Trump. But the president of ABC Entertainment says it was just business. the result of a decision to no longer air comedies on Friday nights. Allen tweeted yesterday that he was, quote, stunned and blindsided by that decision.
Actress and comedian Amy Schumer is calling it quits with her boyfriend of more than a year. A rep for Schumer says she's ended her relationship with furniture designer Ben Hanisch. But the two are still friends, apparently. They met on a dating app in November of 2015 and went public with their relationship 2 months later. But Hanisch was not in attendance for the premiere of Schumer's latest film, Snatched, earlier this month.
Actor and singer Matthew Morrison and his wife are expecting a baby. The former Glee star made the pregnancy announcement on Instagram. It will be the first child for Morrison and his wife Renee. Morrison says he has a clear vision of the father he wants to be. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that is a good thing.
The baby's coming.
Right. You have some time to think about that, I guess.
Definitely.
But yeah, we'll be right back.
If you're not in control, then who is? Live above the influence.